Hi, my name is Gayatri and I will be your trainer for this session.
Hi, and welcome to a quick introduction to Docker. This is lesson 6, and in this lesson, we are going to see a very simple Docker file. So, I hope you remember our Nginx web server container example. If not, I will link that lesson in the description below. Alright, in that example, what we did is we created the Nginx web server container and then we entered the container and we changed the contents of the default index page, and that worked and that was fine. But what if we want to have custom content in all the Nginx containers that we create? It's not going to be practical for us to enter each and every Nginx container and make the change manually. So our only option is to create a custom image which has a custom index page, and then we create our containers from that custom image. So instead of creating the containers from the Nginx image, we are going to create it from the custom image. So for this, what we need to do is we need to create something called a Docker file. So Docker file is basically just a text document that contains all the commands that are needed to build a Docker image. Yeah. So you will use the Docker build command and pass the Docker file to the command, and this Docker build command will use this Docker file to build a Docker image. Alright, so let's see a very simple Docker file. So we're going to create a file called Docker file, capital D, Docker file. There's no space, no hyphen. The first line in a Docker file is going to specify the base image or the foundation image for your custom image. So in this case, it's going to be Nginx 1.14.14-Alpine. Alright. Then we are going to use the run instruction. So first we use the from instruction to define the base image, and next we are going to use the run instruction, and using this instruction we can execute any command that we would normally execute in the command prompt. So in this case we are executing the command echo hello world, and we are overwriting the contents of the default index page that's in the user share Nginx HTML folder. We have seen this in our Nginx session where we entered our container and did this manually. This time we are doing the same thing but in a Docker file. Alright, so we save this file, and now what we are going to do is we are going to build this Docker image. So we are going to execute the command docker build -t, give the custom image name that you want, and a dot. So dot is basically the build context, and we are saying that the current folder is the build context. So Docker will then read the Docker file and build a Docker image from that file. So you can see that my-web123 image has been successfully built. Now let's create a container from this custom image. So we're going to execute the command docker run -d -P my-web123. When we do a docker ps, we see that we do have a running container. Copy the port from the ports column. So in our case, it is port 32777 that has been mapped on our host machine to port 80 inside the container. We are going to use the command line browser curl to browse this. So we are going to use curl http://localhost:32777, and we get the hello world output. So it's all fine and it's working well. You can always browse this in a normal browser. You will get the same output, but we're just keeping it simple and browsing it using curl. Alright, so all looks good. Let's go ahead and delete this container. So copy the container ID and let's go ahead and delete it. So now we have no running containers. And now let's create an index.html file on our host machine. So this is not in our container, but this is on our host machine. So a very simple file, no HTML, nothing fancy. The text is going to be hello world again. Remember, this is on our host machine, so we have a Docker file and an index.html file. And this time what we are going to do is, instead of executing the run instruction in the Docker file, we are going to use the add instruction. So using the add instruction, we can copy a file from the host machine into the Docker image. So we are going to copy the index.html file, which is in the current path as the Docker file on the host machine, and copy it into the user share nginx HTML folder. All right, let's build our Docker image once again. Yeah, so all looks good. We have built the image. Let's create our container from this custom image. So the same command, docker run -d -P and our custom image name, and we see that our container is running. Let's browse this. And we get the output hello world again. So we can go on creating as many containers as we want, and we don't need to enter any of these containers to get our custom text. Okay, so let's go ahead and remove this container. Okay, so this is the Docker documentation for the Docker file. So please go through this. Docker file has got a lot of instructions that you can use. We've seen the from instruction, add instruction, and the run instruction. So go through this documentation, go through each of the instructions. This documentation is very, very good and very useful. So I will link this documentation also in the description below. Yeah, these are the instructions that I was telling you about. All right, so with that, we come to an end of this session. Thank you very much and see you soon. Bye-bye. If you want to learn more about Docker or any other platform or software, you can always visit our website shri.cc, where we have different lessons for different platforms and software. So the duration for these lessons are different depending on the level of depth that you want. So if you just want to get an idea of the course, we have such sessions for you. If you want to go deeper, you know the basics, you just want to go deeper into it, we have such sessions for you too. So feel free to contact us via our website, which is www.shree.cc. So thank you very much for your time. Hope this quick video gives you an idea or helps you get started or keeps you curious enough to watch the other episodes. See you soon. Bye-bye. If you like this video, don't forget to click that thumbs up button and share this video with your friends. And also click that subscribe button and the bell icon so that you get notified every time we release a new lesson.